Don't you worry. Oh, hello. There you are.
Hello, there I am.
I like your shirt. Wear your damn mask. That's quite good.
Well, thank you very much. I'm keeping everyone safe, if only wearing a shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
So my first question for you, Lewis, is when am I going to get I don't even know who Lewis Capaldi even is.
You know what? We're actually, as we speak, I'm waiting on an email on an email with the design in it, and we're going to hopefully put them up today.
Get out.
But we work fast.
Man.
It's a quick life, and it's the life I choose, Jessica. This is a life for me. But yeah, tonight they'll be up tonight for sure.
Clea doesn't even know how important that answer was.
Well, is that her name?
Yeah, Clea. Yeah, and she got the answer right, by the way.
Yeah, eventually. And then Jeremy Clarkson really dug the knife in, said it was an unknown man. It was a wake up call yesterday, Jessica. I have to be honest. I was riding high. I was on a wave. I thought, you know what? Because things are starting to wind down. In fact, yesterday as well, we got told before you go, still in the top 10 at Billboard, and I'm going, this is amazing, great news. I look at how far we've come, and that just brought me right back down to earth, crashing. And but yeah, so that's me now. Back to square one until Clea knows at least 6 songs from a back catalogue. I cannot rest. I cannot rest until she's out of me.
Well, the next show that you do live, you should probably invite her, perhaps front row and a meet and greet. Just throwing it out there.
I mean, did she won a lot of money? Did she not? She won she won a couple tens of thousands of pounds. So she's probably going to be off on holiday somewhere. She's like, I don't want to know anything about this Lewis Capaldi guy. I'm pretty sure I lost her. I lost like 31 grand because she used all her lifelines on me. So she probably does not want to see me at all. She probably really.
Well, I couldn't disagree more. By the way, I noticed that you're still at your parents' house, which is nice. I bet they're wonderful people. They probably don't charge you rent. But my question is, do you have to do chores?
I clean up after myself.
Mm-hmm.
If I make a pork chop, I wipe the pan down afterwards. If I clog the toilet, I'll leave it to my mother. But yeah, they're pretty good for the old. I mean, yeah, it's nice of them not to charge rent, and yeah, I think I'm very bad at things. Yeah, full stop. Period.
Okay.
I'm bad at doing things. Period. And so my mother usually, if she asks me to do something, I'll start doing it, and I'll start doing it wrong. The other day I tried to make an omelette in my house. Listen, I make a mean omelette. I make an omelette, a lovely omelette, and my mother. I almost had a meltdown at the order in which I was doing things. Like I put in tomatoes too late, and I should have put them in fast, and she was losing her shit. So yeah, no. When my mother gives me the reins to do something, she usually rips them off. She's a control freak, Jessica. Yeah, I said it.
Well, there it is. That's the answer I was waiting for. More importantly, enough about mom, although I love her so much. Getting to your music. Someone you loved. You came into America, you're like, here's number one. Yeah, before you just dropped it in there.
Yeah, I dropped it in there. Yeah, thank you.
And then, before you go, it's going to be number one either by next weekend, this weekend. It's creeping up. It's so close. Before your birthday, before you go, will be number one. Another drop it on America, right?
I'm dropping another one on the American public.
Yeah, and we love it.
Thank you. I mean, not many people enjoy having one dropped on them, but it's good to know that the American public at large really enjoys having one dropped on them. That's lovely.
Not talking about the toilet. So I guess my question is, one, is it a relief that you had 2 number one hits essentially back to back?
Yes. I mean, it's you know what it is? I've enjoyed this one more than the last one because it's been like the first one. I was so nervous all the time, and I was like, oh God, what if this doesn't get to number one? Oh no, and it was all going. And do you know what I mean? Because you don't see it as a possibility. I didn't see it as a possibility until Someone You Love got into the top 15. And I was like, oh God, something's happening here. And then it went top 10 and I was, oh God, something's happening here. And then when it went number one, I was kind of like, it was weird. I thought, do you know what? If it goes it was I think it was number 3 for a couple of weeks. kind of teetering on the edge. And then I was like, oh, if it goes number one, I'm going to be, this is it, I've made it. And literally, as soon as it went number one, I went, oh no, I'm the one. Like, do you know what I mean? It was just like, why did that? I peaked so early. I peaked so early. And I was like, oh God. So when before you go started creeping up, I was kind of like, well, this is quite exciting. And I kind of, yeah, enjoyed it a bit more because I was like, there was a relief. I'm relieved. Yes, I'm completely relieved. Not too dissimilar to how I feel after I've just dropped one. Yeah.
Well, this is going to be the highlight reel of every interview that I've ever had in my entire life. Nothing's going to beat your double deuce. All right. So with the Before You Go, obviously a lot of people know this. It's about your aunt, and it's an emotional song, obviously. Have people responded to you and reached out to you saying how important the song is to them, and what does that mean to you?
Yeah, absolutely, and the droves. To be honest, it's been nice, and I love it, and it really makes me feel. I don't know. I was a bit worried with this song, putting it out, because I didn't want people to think. Obviously, people don't know the backstory and stuff like that from first listen. Do you know what I mean? It could also be listening to it. It's quite ambiguous. It could be a song about just being in love with someone. Do you know what I mean? But I was really worried that when I told people, they were going to be like, you horrible man, you capitalizing on your aunt's death. How dare you? How dare you, sir? And I was going to be like, oh, no, it's okay. She loved like music and stuff. But like, so I was a bit worried about like seeming slightly exploitative. But I was like, you know what? I'll put it out. It means a lot to me. The song, it's a very personal song to me. I thought it'd be weird and almost disingenuous not to put it out because of like the fear of people taking it the wrong way or whatever. So I was a bit worried about it. And then, yeah, to have people kind of respond in the way they have and be as, kind in the way they have and sharing their stories with me and the volume that they have is incredible. And it's, again, it just feels quite, that's what I think's amazing about music is like, and I have this with like my favourite artists and stuff like that. Like sometimes you don't know how to process like what's going on in your head. And I think what's really nice is people have kind of been like, oh, this is like the song like explains exactly what I think about, what I thought about my, brother, sister, aunt, mum, dad, whatever, who sadly passed away from similar circumstances. And I think, that's the amazing thing about it. It's just nice to know that you're not alone in your kind of thought process on things like this, especially with stuff like grief. It's nice to know you're not alone in that experience. And that, there's shared experiences like is quite comforting. Do you know what I mean? It's quite comforting to know there's other people out there, and not just for them listening to the song. Like for me to have people come to me and send me messages about how they felt the same way at one point. It's really heartwarming.
And we play it every 45 minutes. So thanks for making me ugly cry. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you for the fat checks. Thank you for the cash. Man also loved money. No, I'm joking.
I got plungers to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very impressed so far, Lewis. We've gone so far in this interview. No swear words from you. No poop mouth from you today.
No swear words as of yet. I'm trying my best to contain my language, but who knows? You could get a straight F or a C, not a C and S. I wouldn't dare say C.
No.
Not a bad word at all.
No, that's very fresh. We don't want that, but that's something that we have in common besides drinking. So I appreciate that. I have no talent, but I can swear and drink.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, and those in themselves, Jessica, two very, very noble talents that I think are often underappreciated in the world that we live in today.
Thank you.